welcome back to another Cut Above with Chris. Head and face shave. I don't have a lot of time. I was going to use the RazorRock Lupo, but it's a little bit aggressive for me. I find it just a little bit too bladey, so it'll be mainly saved for shaves like this, but when I've got a little bit of time. So with that being said, I'm going to be using the Karve Overlander because for me it's probably the best shaving DE razor for your head and one of the best for your face as well. Fantastic. Now the soap, which is pretty much going to be the sort of thing I'll be looking at today, it came in this little sample tub from Alan over in Canada, and it's made by Ethos and it's Succes. Now the scent on Succes is described online as very pineapple forward with a lovely sort of after dry down. It smells like Creed Aventus. That's exactly what it smells like. It's very, very, very close to what Creed Aventus smells like. It's got that smoke, it's got the pineapple, it smells delicious, and it's pretty much my favourite scent, so absolutely beautiful. Right, the brush is going to be the Chisel and Hound synthetic, which I'm actually enjoying using. It's got a good bit of backbone, it's great for the head shaves, and because I'll just say that as well, so I'm actually using a Frank shaving bowl. This was sent over by Frank Shaving. I don't normally use a bowl, but I've got 4 samples here. I've just squished it all on the bottom. That's the whole sample in here. I'll just use this until it's dead this week, and then I'll move on to the next sample next week. So all I'm going to do is just get some water, drop it in the bowl, bit of the Don Young there from Wet the Face, put the water right in there, and I'm just going to start whipping up in the bowl. I should really switch to that would drive you nuts, wouldn't it? Add a little bit more water. I don't know whether to keep lathering this in the bowl or wait until and just do a head lather. It's certainly whipping up, but I just find these little bowls quite messy and very noisy with your brush, and if you've got nice brushes you don't really want to be smacking the acrylic on the sides, albeit smooth on smooth, but the acrylic will be harder than the ceramic will be harder than the acrylic, so you are probably causing little scratches to your handle. Right, I'll go with that. I'm just going to do the rest on my head. I'm just going to wet it a little bit. I've just been slaving in the kitchen. I've just made a nice chicken curry, which is in the slow cooker now. It should be ready to go just before I go to work, and then I'll get the wife and kids sorted when they get home from school and work. And oh, what a scent. I mean, the scent strength's great as well. Scent strength's a good 7 at least. Maybe even stronger, to be honest. It's filling the bathroom. When I put it in the bowl, I then went out and came back about 2 hours later, and the scent in the bathroom was amazing. Now, I've never used this soap before. I'm not a fan of samples. If you've watched my channel long enough, I can never seem to get a great lather out of samples, no matter sort of what I try. So far this is looking okay. Oh yeah, it's just pure Creed Aventus. They do an EDP. They make an EDP, they do a splash, they do a balm, they do a shaving stick as well, which is good for body shaving and head shaving. I'm just going to dip the tips, just add a little bit of moisture in here. I'm just not sure whether I've actually got enough in here, and that's why it's not looking quite as nice as I assumed it would. Now, in terms of cost, it's an expensive shaving soap. I think it was like, I just quickly popped onto the website earlier today just to have a look at it, and it's something like $40 a tin, and I think that's American dollars. I don't know whether Ethos are a big name brand or how it works, but that's very pricey. It's definitely coming together though. The lather is really starting to look nice. Anyway, I'm going to leave it at that. It doesn't really need much more. I'll just dip the tips, just paint a little bit more. I've got more than 7 days growth. I think I've got 8 days growth. pop that to the side. And here we go. The Overlander. I think this is it's a Gillette Nacet blade that's in here on its third use or something. But I cannot, honestly, you have to use this razor. The funny thing is I've come across people have commented saying they've tried this razor and it just doesn't work for them, and that is really what it boils down to. If it works for you, then fantastic. It works better than any other DE razor I've ever used for Headshave by a mile. It's probably the safest safety razor that I've used as well. I don't feel like I'm ever really in danger of cutting myself. It's a very, very comfortable razor to use. Now of course it's not bulletproof, it's not foolproof. If you go sideways or you do something wrong, it's going to bite you. But that's with every safety razor. What I would say about this is, if you're new to wet shaving, this one is very mild but very efficient. So it's excellent to give you that head start, to give you that first sort of jump into the hobby. I do have a little spot on the back of my head, just right on my crown, right in my bald spot. So I am expecting to open that up today, but who knows, I might get lucky. So one thing I can say is that the lather is lovely. The scent is off the charts. I mean, I love Creed Aventus anyway. I know it's a sort of overdone scent, everyone's got it, everyone's done it, everyone's been it and seen it, but you know, sometimes you just find something that you love. I love pineapple. This is very pineapple-y. Definitely a fantastic accompaniment to Creed Aventus itself if you have the actual aftershave. Although to be fair, I really enjoy Creed Aventus, but I much prefer Club de Nuit Intense from Armagh. It lasts longer on me, and I actually probably prefer the dry down smell as well from the Armagh. And it's way cheaper. It's extremely cheap in comparison. And that's not everything, but if you can find something that works better for you, it's cheaper, and you think it smells better as well. I don't get many compliments from Creed Aventus. I actually get compliments from Club de Nuit Intense, which is testament to the scent itself. Right, against the grain. Just phenomenal. Slickness on the soap is excellent. I'll be able to sort of test that a little bit more on the face shave. Although on a head shave I really need slickness to stop the razor from skipping, and it doesn't matter what razor I use. If the soap's not up to scratch and it's not got enough slickness, the razor will skip, and that is generally what causes me lots of little nicks and cuts and weepers and other issues. In football news, Celtic scraped a win on Saturday, and then Rangers followed that up with a draw. Yeah, a draw, and then Liverpool lost 1-0, and that was fantastic. The Maple Leafs have finally started playing a little bit better. At this stage, I don't know if they look any better than they did last year. I don't know if Samsonov is the sort of goalkeeper you want going into playoffs if they make it. It's just a little bit, I'm just going to try a little bit of residual slickness. Let's see what it feels like. yeah, it's not the best when you put a lot of water on. Just add a little bit of soap. There's loads of lather, that's for sure. In fact, do you know what I'm going to do? Rather than mess around, because I am in a bit of a rush, let's go for... Let's pull out the old Headblade ATX. I've only used this once. I haven't come back to it. I didn't really enjoy the angle of it. I felt like I had to sort of, so I'm just going to... Some people swear by this one over the Moto. I just find the shaving angle of the Moto is just better. But this still does a job. I even find the Moto handle to be that just ever so slightly more comfortable. I'm having that same issue again where I'm actually finding it hard to get everything off with this cartridge on this razor. I have to sort of take the wheels off my skin and just let the blade do its thing. So I'm as well as just shaving with an actual handled cartridge razor. But we're getting there. A little bit on the back. I think that'll do us. I mean, it does, I know this is the 5-blade cartridges, but they rinse out pretty good as well. And it is comfortable to use, just doesn't seem to work quite as well as the Moto. And I also find the 5-blade cartridges, for whatever reason, because they're a little bit bigger and chunkier, they don't get the right angle on your head as well. So it's not the best. So there we have it. That was Ethos Succes, the soap itself, and I must say it's fantastic. There's certainly loads of moisture. Well, my skin's tacky right now, which is a good sign. That generally tells me that I'm going to have an excellent post-shave feel. If I've had a shave and it feels sort of smooth and like silky smooth and sort of not sticky or anything, it generally tells me there's not a lot of nice fats and butters or whatever moisturisers they've used in the soap itself. So I would like to say that I'm probably going to end up with a beautiful finish after this, and I'm looking quite forward to this for the face shave, for that similar sort of effect. So that was Ethos Succes, Chisel and Hound brush, and the Karve Overlander, and finished off with the Moto ATX, which really, if you get most of it done with the DE, if you're just putting a cartridge on for 20-30 seconds, it'll last you a very, very long time if that's how you want to look at it. Right, done and dusted. Stay safe, drive safe, don't drink and drive, and I'll catch you guys next time. Cheers.